Books are harder to read than comics.
Not really, but it is easier to concentrate when you like what you're reading about. Come in.
How's it going?
Good.
Well, you might need some brain food.
Oh, you bet.
Oh, yum. Chocolate chip cookies.
Yep, okay, I'll leave you to it.
Thanks.
This one's for you. It's the biggest one.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you.
You've got lots of nice photos.
Thank you.
Is this of your other brother?
No, that's an old friend of mine. He lives in the city now. This is my mum. She lives in the city too.
Oh. This, it is very beautiful. You look really pretty.
Thank you.
Can I have it? Because that way I won't forget what you look like when I go back home.
Well, we wouldn't want that to happen, would we?
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Luke, you in there? Luke?
Yeah, just a sec. What's wrong?
I think you better come over to the house.
Just sit down and don't move.
I was just looking.
Just sit down.
Michael, you're scaring him.
Well, he scared us.
He didn't mean to.
I don't care what he meant to do. He has to learn he can't wander around in the middle of the night and sneak into people's houses and expect to get away with it.
But he didn't do anything.
What, and that makes it all right, does it?
No, of course it doesn't.
Then why are you defending him? If it was anyone else, you'd be screaming for the police by now.
I was just looking.
Well, you can't do that, mate. Do you understand?
Michael.
Do you understand?
What's going on?
I thought you're supposed to be looking after him.
Michael, I've explained everything to Luke. Let him handle it.
Why can't you just leave him alone?
Finn, can you stay out of this too, please?
You've been causing a bit of a fuss, mate.
I didn't mean to. I was just looking.
Just looking. Will you
Michael.
explain
If
to him?
Bill says he was just looking, he was. Which wouldn't have done anything he shouldn't have.
And how do you know that?
Because I know him. I know what he's like.
Well, mate, you've changed your tune, because last week this is exactly what you were worried about.
Well, maybe it was, but yelling and screaming isn't going to achieve anything. And if it came to the crunch, I'm sure Bill wouldn't have hurt anyone.
Yeah, and what if you're wrong? What if he was going to do something to Finn?
Michael, we can argue about this all night, but there's no point. The fact is nothing happened.
Yeah, this time.
Well, there won't be a next time because you have my word that Bill won't be doing anything like this again. So that's the end of it. Come on, mate, let's get back to the van.
I feel.
Bye. I wouldn't have hurt her.
I know that, mate.
I wouldn't.
I know.
I like Finn.
Yeah.
So why did she scream?
She was scared
Why?
because you came into her room when she was fast asleep and she woke up suddenly and she got a shock.
I was just looking.
I know.
I wouldn't have hurt her.
But wouldn't that happen to you, mate? I mean, if you were fast asleep and someone came into your room and you woke up suddenly, wouldn't you get a shock?
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened to Finn.
She was scared.
And that's why she screamed.
She got a big shock.
Yeah. Okay, so, let's say we get some sleep, all right?
I wouldn't have hurt her.
I know, mate, I know that.
I was just looking.
And come here.
Night, Finn.
Good night again.
Let's hope we have no more midnight visitors.
Michael, you were very cruel to him.
What?
Didn't you see the look on his face? He was so upset and confused, he didn't even know what he'd done.
Then it's time he learned.
But don't you understand? He didn't mean any harm.
Finn, I don't care whether he meant it or not. He's not coming back in this house.
Where are we supposed to study?
Nowhere.
What?
You heard me. Obviously, all these lessons has made him feel he's got free run of the place, and it's just not on.
But I'm really getting somewhere with him. We're making real progress. Luke even said so.
Well, I can't take the chance.
People are telling me he's wrong. Tell him he
I'm
can't.
afraid I agree with Michael.
What?
The lessons have to stop.
But that's not fair to Bill or me.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. We don't have a choice. There's no other way.
I can't put the rest of the family at risk.
But there is no risk.
We think there is.
But there isn't.
Finn, one day you'll understand, all right?
What, so I don't understand now? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, I guess that is what we're saying.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not giving up on him. I'm not stopping the lessons.
I'm not asking you, Finn. I'm telling you.
But you can't, Michael. You're being so stupid and short-sighted.
Then that is quite enough.
The
Thank you very
decision
much.
has been made. There'll be no more lessons, all right? End of story. Good night.
Oh, good day.
Hi, I just delivered your fresh linen.
Thanks.
Hi, Bill.
Hi.
How are you?
All right.
Did you have anything you wanted to say to Finn, mate?
Yeah, that must be. I'm sorry for coming into your room.
And?
And, I'm sorry I scared you. I didn't mean to. But Roxy's going to make you some
It's
biscuits.
okay,
and-
Bill. I know you didn't mean to.
Well, no, it's not okay. I just have to say that.
And is there anything else, mate? Well?
I'm sorry you can't teach me anymore.
I'm sorry, too.
Well done, mate.
I don't like you anymore.
Why not?
You won't let me be friends with Finn.
Oh, Finn, could you get Krista a drink for me, please?
No, I can't.
Why not?
Luke just made Bill apologise to me. And the poor guy is so sweet and innocent that he still doesn't know what you're all carrying on about. Look, I know he shouldn't have come into my room last night. But all you had to do was tell him not to do it again, and that would have been the end of it.
Finn, it's not as simple as that.
Yes, it is that simple. It was an innocent visit. And you have turned it into something dirty and embarrassing. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
Now, mate, I know that I should be spending more time with you, and I wish I could because I love you heaps, but it's very hard with work and everything. And it's not fair on you, but without me around, you're going to keep getting yourself into trouble of some sort. So I really do think it is best if you go to Auntie Maxine's.
Don't you like me anymore?
No, mate, of course I do. I just told you that, but I think it's going to be the best for you.
Why?
I just do, that's all.
I'll miss Finn.
Now, mate, you remember what I told you about that, don't you?
No?
Finn is never going to be like your real girlfriend.
Why? I know she likes me.
Yeah, of course she does, mate, but to be your girlfriend, she has to love you.
I love her.
You think you do.
I do.
Well, maybe you do, but for someone to be your girlfriend, it has to be an extra special love between both people. And although Finn cares for you a lot, she doesn't feel that special love.
Why don't you sit down and explain it to him?
I tried.
So try again, because sending him away is a little bit of a cop-out. There will always be a Finn, no matter where he
Yeah,
goes.
well, thanks for the lecture,
Why
Rox,
don't you
but I
tell
just...
Bill that I don't like him?
Oh, I did nothing of the sort.
Then what exactly did you tell him? Because the way he sees it, I don't like him and you don't want him here.
I tried to explain to him that you two feel differently for each other because in case you haven't noticed, Bill has got a major crush on you.
And in case you hadn't noticed, I am not an idiot and I can speak for myself. It was up to me to tell him what I was or wasn't feeling, not you.
Come in. It's open. Oh, Bill, come in. Didn't you hear me?
Luke said I should always wait for someone to let me in before I go into other people's houses.
Oh, well, yeah, he's probably right.
Hi, well, what's happening?
Nothing. I just brought you around your books.
Oh, great, thanks. Hold on. Why don't you stay for a minute? Would you like a drink or...
No, thanks.
Bill, I think you've misunderstood what Luke was trying to tell you about me.
Well, no, I didn't. You said you didn't love me.
Oh, that's not true.
Then you do?
Yes, of course, but there's all sorts of love. See, that there's love between friends, and then there's love between parents and their children, and then there's love between boyfriends and girlfriends. I love you as my friend, but not as my boyfriend, and that's what Luke was trying to tell you. See, Bill, it doesn't mean that I don't care about you. Do you understand? Right, did you see how upset he was?
Finn, you said exactly what you had to say.
You reckon?
Look, it is hard for anyone to handle rejection, but we all have to go through it, even young Bill. It's just part of growing up with this.
Luke, you can't just lock him up like this. You've got to give him some free rein. You've got to let him make decisions for himself. You can't keep mothering him like this.
It's good making decisions for himself.
For those of you who don't know Bill, this photo will help. He was last seen wearing a blue sloppy Joe and faded denim jeans. Now, the police have been looking for him since last night, and the railway station and the bus depot have also been asked to keep an eye out for him, but so far, no sign.
There's also a chance he's a long way off by now. I mean, he could have hitched a lift, couldn't he?
It's possible, but it's not probable. I mean, he is intellectually disabled, but he's not stupid. He knows he's not supposed to get lifts with strangers.
So there's a good chance he hasn't gone too far at all.
Well, it's more than likely he's run off into the bush and gotten himself lost.
Well, that could happen to anyone.
Yeah, so by now he's probably disoriented and confused. Now, ladies and gentlemen, bear in mind it is rough country out there. So he might have slipped, had an accident and broken something. Now, if you do find him and he is injured, don't move him until you have the proper medical assistance. I can call in police rescue to airlift him if necessary. Alrighty, one final word. Be careful and stick together. The last thing we need is someone else missing or injured. Thanks for your help.
Before we go, can I say something?
Sure, mate.
Just want to let you all know that I'm really grateful for the effort that you're putting in. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, folks, let's find him.